Are you up for another Shake N Brew? Today we'll be making a Shake N Brew Christmas beer, hopefully. If you haven't heard about the Shake N Brew, it's a one-vessel brewing system that I came up with. So we're gonna brew and ferment and serve in this little mini keg. This is a 9 little mini keg. Enough talking, let's just kick it. I'm Dr. Hans, this is Dr. Hans Brewery, my channel about beer and homebrewing. This is not beer, this is Julmust, Swedish Christmas soda. Christmas beer ain't a beer style, so you can do whatever you want. I want to do a beer with a lot of ginger in it. Ginger beer is a whole nother thing, we can do that in another episode. This is gonna be a beer with ginger in it. One of my favorite homemade Christmas beer is a ginger beer, and if you sign up to my spamming list you will get my free ebook, and in that ebook you will find the recipe, 3 cool recipes, different recipes for you to try out at home, and one of those is the Ginger Bells, which is an awesome beer. Actually, I sent one to Real Ale Guide in the UK, and I got a 10 out of 10 Stone the Crows for that beer, and the other one I sent, which is also in that ebook. Nice. So sign up to the spam list. This is hot. This is not a good idea because we will be using DME, and that's super sticky. And now when there's steam coming up here, this can get sticky. I don't have my hot water. Me. So I have a kettle here with half a liter of tap water. You can't see it, it's just out of frame because it looks ugly. And I will also be using bottled water today, but of course that is a waste of money if you have good tap water. I'm just gonna do this because it's simple, but you could instead boil up your water the day before and let it cool down. It would be a little bit more economical. So we're gonna put this on, so we'll probably make some noise. I will be using some honey today also. I have done this for the Shake N Brew using some of the fermentables, more easy fermentable sugars, because in my book DME doesn't ferment out as slow. So let's start adding some shit here, and I have no idea how this will turn out, but we'll probably be okay. We're gonna use 1 kilo or 2.2 pounds of DME, 50% extra dark and 50% extra light. I do want some kind of like reddish, amberish color, but we'll see. It will probably be murky and ugly looking anyways. See if I can add this without clogging things up and without too much dust. Oof. That's extra dark spray malt and some extra light spray. Am I screaming? I always do that. I don't know why. Just on camera, I promise. I don't go around and scream in real life. Extra light spray malt. I love this new funnel I found. Damn it. Cheers. This is not what you think it is. This is a little bit of yeast nutrient in here. You don't need yeast nutrient, but it's always a good idea. I bought some spices here also. Don't want to go overboard with spices, but I'm just gonna wing it. So, can you write this down so I can put like this recipe up for my patrons? This is 2 sticks of small. How long is a stick? But this is 2 little pieces of cinnamon. This smells really nice. 1 star anise. Star anise. Take it easy with cloves. They can really overpower things. I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it will do much, but yes, this is just for fun. You could add nutmeg, cardamom, but I don't want to go overboard because this, the fresh ginger, will be the star of the show. That's a lot, 162 grams. And I will convert it, put it on here also in birds and stones. Of course you could add powdered ginger, but I want to go with the fresh stuff. I don't want this to fall over. Oh, my eye. Ah, that stings like a mother. Ah. I'm doing these kind of things so you don't have to. This is like really dangerous shit. So if you would like to try this, maybe ask your mom to do this or put on safety goggles, right? Safety first, mate. I'm making content. Okay, so let's try to get this in here. Maybe if we use the knife to poke it. I don't know why I'm using the funnel for this. Don't do as I do. I do these crazy experiments here on this channel so you don't have to. I do appreciate if you would drop this video a like, but of course, maybe you should not subscribe to my channel because my channel sucks, and the more subscribers I get, the more I get encouraged to put out stupid stuff like this one. Time for the honey. And the honey has been sitting in hot water for a while now, so it should be more easy to get it in here. This is 350 grams of honey. Ooh, look at that. Now this is good content. Putting the honey in a little bit of hot water makes your life so much easier. So don't skip that stage. Ooh. Oh, 50 grams. Mandarina Bavaria. 53, I'm thinking 53 grams of Mandarina Bavaria. Should we try to make an epic pour of the hops? None got in. 1.5 liter of boiling water going in. Got really messy here today with the ginger. So I need a 5 minutes timer and I forgot it. So we have 5 minutes on the clock. Don't add your yeast now. You will kill it. Yeast don't like boiling water. I was sure that I got my mittens, but no, not this time either. Okay, so I will shake this for a couple of minutes, and I know I'm screaming again. And why are we shaking this? We are shaking it because we want to mix our fermentables, dissolve our fermentables. Yeah, that's why we shake it. But we have added the hops in here to get some bitterness out of those hops. We're getting flavor and bitterness to balance out the sweetness, because beer is actually sweet and the hops will balance that out. So let's shake it to really dissolve it. And also, pro benefit, the hot steaming wort we have in here will sanitize this vessel. Nice. Okay, let's do it. Shake it like the doctor, shake it like the doctor. And also some poses for thumbnails. This is the messiest Shake N Brew. And I'm blaming it on the ginger. You know what they say about gingers? Didn't say it. Sorry, Graham. So the first time I shaked it for 5 minutes, but of course you don't need to shake it for 5 minutes. You do want to shake it some to... Oh, that's hot. You do want to shake it some to dissolve all of the DME, of course. For temperature control, I'm going to use a heating mat. We're going to use SO4 today. I thought we were going to use, there you have it, 15 to 25 Celsius, recommended 15 to 20. But I'm going to ferment this under pressure. You could start this at 25, but I'm thinking maybe 23. Our 5 minutes are up. Woo! We'll remove that. We will add 5 1.5 liter bottles of water, and I already added 1/2 liter of water from the tap to the kettle, so that will take us up to 8 liters. That's number 2. Number 3 going in. Need more. Need 2 more. Ooh. So I don't have a thermometer here, but of course we're cold there. It's really hot down there. I want to shake this up so I can mix all of the ingredients now. Now this is heavy. I do have a liter of headspace in here. This is a 9-liter keg, almost a liter, because we did add some honey and some DME and some ginger and stuff, but you don't really need much headspace when you're fermenting under pressure. You can do this method without fermenting under pressure, but I highly recommend that you would ferment under pressure because it makes everything so much easier. You will see as this. I'm not a young dude anymore. Man, that's heavy. I'm just gonna dip this in sanitizer, and that is of course overkill and the scissor. And I'm gonna add it all. No, that's not such a thing as over pitching. And even if it was, this wouldn't be over pitching. Here we have Cask Widge, soft silicone beer line, and yes, the carbonation top. I'm gonna put some pressure on here now for 2 reasons today. First, because we're gonna draw a sample out of this one. Could of course pour it, but I wanted to show you this. So we had some pressure on there. Rinse this out. Okay. Wort is coming. It's not that dark. That was the first reason, and the second reason is for me to be able to dial in my spunding valve. When you attach your spunding valve, first take off the thermometer so it doesn't shoot across the room. And now just dial it in. And I'm gonna start this at about 15 psi. I'm turning it the wrong way. If you want to get the full amount of carbonation, you could use my carbonation calculator to know what pressure you need to put your spunding valve at according to the temperature. Something like that. This is a heating mat used for plants, but you can use those also. That's for terrarium. And I will put a sponge here to be able to easily insulate the probe. And here's the probe, put that under the sponge and insulate the whole thing. Okay, it's not beautiful, but it's better than nothing. So this can stand in the background looking fancy while I make other videos. This says we are at 22 now, still creeping up a bit. So 23 might be good. 10:56, yes. 10:56, let's Scooby-Doo ourselves, or magically transport ourselves into the future. Nice. 1 week and some change later, but this thing fermented out like a beast. Let's pour it. Doctor, if you put on some music, we could make this into like some porn in porn. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, color-wise, maybe not the most beautiful beer, but as always, when a beer is brown, it doesn't really look good when it's hazy. Brownish beer needs to be clear, really. But besides that, it's beautiful. I overpoured as usual. It looks like brownish, murky dishwater. We could have cleared this with gelatin or waited a few weeks, but I want to get this video out as soon as possible before Christmas, and of course I want to get into a new Shake N Brew. And thank you for commenting on which beer style you want to see in the Shake N Brew Mni-series. This fermented out in about a day, but I left a little bit longer, bump up the temperature 2 degrees Celsius, started at 23 degrees Celsius and ended at 25. I did put some more CO2 on it. This fermented out to 10.06, by the way. Starting at 10.56, going to 10.06, give this ABV of 6.6%. That's quite nice for a Christmas beer, isn't it? Really get like gingerbread dough. So I can really get though the cloves and the ginger, of course. The cinnamon, is it really there? So am I screaming? Sorry. Okay, let's just dive in. Cheers. Before, can I just ask you, what's your idea of a Christmas beer? I did put some extra carbonation on. It might be a little bit too overcarb now, even though you can't see it, but I can feel it. And I will just fix that by venting the keg. This has like a really ginger dough taste to it. And I mean that in a good way, because it brings back a lot of memories. When I was a kid, we always baked gingerbread and we always ate a little bit of the dough. Couldn't eat too much, Mom always said, because you will get a stomach ache. Always listen to your mom. Don't get any alcohol. It is a little bit cold. It's sitting at around 4 degrees. None of the spices are like pointy or overbearing, or you would feel that this needs to condition. When I started brewing, I thought that you need to condition your beer for a lot of reasons. One of those was when you add a spice. But if you manage to balance those spices, you don't need conditioning. If your spiced beer need conditioning time, you're brewing it wrong. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get some hate for that, but come on, bring it on. I said it before, just take one little thing that you don't like in this video and write a nasty comment. Cheers. Don't even watch to the end, just write something nasty. I must say that this is the best Shake N Brew so far. I really nailed this one, so proud of this one. The recipe is already up in the Dr. Hans recipe book for my patron to dig into, but we did run through the recipe here in the video as well. The only thing I think would make this beer better is, of course, if you could bring on that head, and if, yeah, there you have her, and if it would have been clearer, because clear looks better. This is a video about clearing beers with gelatin, and this is a video that you two think you should watch. Or you could try to see what happens if you click any of these one, or just tap it. Tap it. See if you can tap them both. Cheers. See you in the next one. Shake and Brew. What are we brewing?